your journey with what you're doing and what God has planned for you. Welcome. It is Intentional Tuesdays, and I just want to say that today is election day. Yeah, so that's going to be the only time that I say that. Okay, we already know what time it is, and it has enough commercializing already. I'm not adding to it, but welcome. Like I said, today is Intentional Tuesdays, and this is for the professionals and the entrepreneurs. Okay, this is where we come every week to refresh our spirits and set our intentions. All right, let me get that out my face. Thank you. This is so needed during this time period. We got a lot going on this season, but I just want to let you know that I know what you need. All right. I am Penny Owens. For those who don't know me, my mission is to ignite the inner fire in each and every single whether you are professional or entrepreneur or inspiring. And my job is to help you to become the pillar of success in your community, in your professions, just in life. Okay. I'm rooting for you. That's what I'm doing. I'm rooting for you. Just let you know that. And like I said, this is every week. Now, I want to start this off with a nice little quote from the wise Tupac Shakur. Yeah, I said it, and everyone who knows who Tupac is, then you know what I mean. Okay, he was very wise and ahead of your time. I miss him. I wish he was still here. You know, tell him what we'd be doing if he was. Now, one thing that he said is that I'm a reflection of my community. You feel that, and you feel it because you understand, especially those who actually pay attention to their communities. You understand deeply how your surroundings and your environment has a part to play on who you are, how you interact with the rest of the world, how you interact with your fellow neighbors, how you deal with people. It's impactful whether you go outside or not. Okay. If you don't go outside, it's probably a reason why you're not outside. And that says a lot about your community. Okay. Whether it's not safe or whether your mama's scared, just whatever the details were when you were growing up, it plays a huge impact. And with what I'm not saying about today, with that happening, it really puts the emphasis on we need to pay attention to what is happening in our communities, and we need to make sure that we take responsibility for ourselves. Okay. It is very important now more than ever to really make sure you do it on purpose, intentfully, and that you are very, very focused on what your intentions are. Because the world is changing around us very fast, very fast. And I'm just saying, unless you got on your seatbelt, you might not be able to hold on. But that's why we're here, because I want to make sure that you have your seatbelt. Okay, this is your seatbelt. This is your intentional seatbelt. So, like I said, today's topic is, drum roll, no matter what, you need to remember who is in charge. Now, you got some folks that are really stressed out, like a lot of people who are very stressed out about what's happening. Okay. We can't control that, guys. You have no clue all the different layers that are really happening in real time with any individual decision or any individual show that you watch. Okay. You know, this stuff is just all plot and ploy, and it has its own intentions. So you have to make sure that you are very mindful and very realistic about what you plan on doing. Okay. You can leave the success up to someone else, the results up to someone else, the resolutions up to someone else. But I'm letting you know, if you don't do your part, it's already flawed. There's already something missing, something special. It's already missing because you aren't there. You're not participating and you're not active. So let's make sure that we ourselves do our part. Okay. The outcome is so layered, it's so much, then you would drive yourself crazy trying to figure that out. So you just want to make sure that you do all you can. Right. So I know that it's very, very easy to get distracted, completely just get distracted and get influenced by what's going on around us. But you can't. You have to make sure that you are mindful and aware. I'm not saying do not pay attention to what's going on around you. Okay. That would be dumb. Don't do that. But you do want to make sure that you don't allow it to control or influence and infect and I do say infect your emotions, your focal point, and then the things that you need to get done. Okay. Now, there's a lot of things that are happening that, yes, in some way, they're going to affect your life. That part is true. But that does not mean it determines who you are. It does not determine what is happening in your household. It does not determine what your future entails for you and yours. Okay. So you want to be aware, but you don't want it to just infect, okay, like a freaking plague, a virus. You don't want that. You don't want it to have this hold on you. You want to make sure that you're knowledgeable, but not impacted, especially when it's negative. And on the other side, especially when it's like looking too good, it's good to be true. You just want to enjoy the positives, but you can't hold on to it. You want to make sure that you are firm, standing firm in what's important to you for your life. That's the only parts that you can really, really control. Things changed around us all the time. So you just want to make sure that your ground is steady and that your feet are firmly planted with what you are doing. Okay. Don't get distracted by what they're showing us. You know the Wizard of Oz, right? When you had the man behind the curtain, he was trying real hard not to have you looking at the man behind the curtain. I advise you to take a peek. Matter of fact, I advise everyone to work together and grab a hold of that curtain and yank that bad boy down. That's what needs to happen at this point. Okay. Do not listen to the guidance that others are showing us on television, in the movies, on the radio, and the songs, like just all over the place, completely surrounded us, other people's conversations, the conversations that you are exposed to, whether it's at work or at home. Don't allow them to keep you in a place of veiling and in a place where you're not sure. I don't really know who's in control. I don't really know who's making these decisions or who's changing things. You look at that man behind the curtain, okay, and you make him lie to your face. All right. I'm going to need you to tell me what's up. That's what y'all need to do. As a group, collectively, we need to work on that type of strength. All right. Because that curtain is heavy. All right. It's heavy. So we all need to grab peace so we can just pull it back. But like I said, no matter who's behind the curtain, who's pulling the strings, there's one person, and you can't even really say person, but there's only one who is truly in control, and that is the Lord. Okay. We all need to just really just kind of accept it because it's true. Accept it because it's true. It doesn't matter red, blue, yellow, or green. It does not matter black, white, brown, or beige. At the beginning, at the end of the day, God is in control of all of it, and he uses all of it for his glory. So you have to really understand that it does not matter who wins today. It truly doesn't, because they're going to do what they do. All right. The government has its own missions and plots and things that it wants to accomplish for itself. All right. We're not united as we believe, and that's just the truth. So we really have to make sure that you are strong in your belief and in your faith to the one power that controls all of it. And that's God. Everyone needs to start building their faith and understand, okay, there is something bigger than me. There is something out there that can help me. I am not alone. I am not by myself. And you already know you're not by yourself going through all this stuff. Okay. There's a lot of us mad in the grocery stores right now. There's a lot of us mad pulling up at the gas pump. There's a lot of us mad just sitting at work trying to be sane. You're not by yourself by far. And you're not by yourself when you're at home thinking about all these different things in your environment that's upsetting, that are really trying to take a hold of your peace. You are not by yourself with that. A lot of us, when you get on the phone, a lot of you don't get on the phone anymore. You're texting. Okay. So when you're texting back and forth with your homies and things, your coworkers, you guys have collective complaints. All right. So you already know that you are not going through life by itself. Life is happening to all of us. But there is one thing that you can make sure that you determine how you get through it. It's going to be rough. Life is going to be difficult. Okay. That's what it is. That's just a fact. It's not going to be smooth sailing on a regular basis, but you can get through it. Haven't you got through it? You're here now. You've gotten through plenty. I already know that you have. No one's going through life just not accomplishing anything, not going through anything. I mean, if you feel that you are, I don't even know how you're doing that. How is that possible? I mean, let me know. How are you doing that? You didn't do nothing today. You didn't do nothing yesterday. You don't plan on doing nothing tomorrow? I don't even know how you got on this channel. You're welcome, but I have no clue how you got here. If that is the fact of your life, for the rest of us, outside of those who are determined to be still, good luck and congratulations. You know that I'm going to keep moving because I have to. Life does not wait for anybody. It doesn't matter the date. It doesn't matter your creed. It does not matter your sex. It's not going to wait for you. So what you going to do with it? What are you going to do with your 24 hours? That's that good. Exactly. You have plenty to do with your 24 hours. So you don't have time to let the outside world dictate how it goes. God has made you, and he didn't have any mistakes with you. Okay, there are things for you to do for him. There's places that he wants you to be. There's people who need to hear your voice and your story. So let's get out there and let's make sure that we tell it, that we perform our best, and that we reap the rewards of doing what we're supposed to do. You don't have time to be influenced or stopped by what's going on out there. You just can't do it. Let's see. Let me put this over here. So with this, I just want to say that what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to find where, like I said, that quote, it really says it all when it comes to making sure that you are a productive person in your community. And this is important because you can't trust people. We usually don't trust people. That's how we are brought up. That is the receipts that we see. We get disappointed all the time. There's always somebody doing something or trying to hurt you or trying to one up you. It's so much proof of negative, just negative situations. But that's not all that's out there. There's a lot of positive, very beautiful moments and situations and people that are out here. And when you don't trust the world, you miss out on a whole lot. You're not hurting nobody but yourself. I'm just saying, you are not hurting anybody but yourself. And you're accidentally taking like innocent bystanders with you because there's somebody that's looking for you. There's somebody that needs you and you're not showing up. You're not showing up. You're not being a real life example for them. How selfish is that? That's very selfish. Oh my gosh. Can you please help? It is. It's truly not okay. This thing is blinding me. Okay. It's just going to be a little shadowy on this side, but this thing hurts. But one thing that you can't run your life on the advice of paying attention to other people. Don't pay attention to other people. You can't control them. You can watch them, but you can't control them. You just can't. The only person that you can control is yourself. So what is it that you're doing? We are a reflection of our communities, but we don't understand that what we are contributing to those communities matters. Because someone else is saying the same thing. They are also saying that they are a reflection of their community, the part of the community that you are in, and the part that you are not participating in. The parts that are lacking or missing you, they're missing your input, and someone else is feeling that. We are all interconnected, and that's the truth of it. We're all interconnected. So if you're not showing up, there's a void. And there's plenty of us. We're paying attention to ourselves. We're thinking that the world is mine and we think it's all about me. And it's not by far. So when you are selfishly trying to protect yourself from getting hurt, when you are just being ignorant to the influence that you have on other people, whether it's in passing, whether it's holding a door, a small smile, it doesn't even have to be necessarily your full story and the details of your life, right? It's personal. You don't have to give all that all the time, but I'm just saying your presence, if it's not present, that's exactly what it is, missing. And somebody needs you. This can be someone close to you, inside your house. This can be your children. This can be your parents. This can be your siblings, your cousins, right? Someone really close. But let's just think bigger than that. Let's take our minds and expand them just a little bit. Let's just kind of, grow it out. Just pull it out a little bit. Expand your minds and think about outside of my household. Who am I impacting? Who am I influencing? Who can I help? You have neighbors. They have individuals inside their home that maybe they don't want to listen to, their mom. Maybe they don't want to listen to their boss. Maybe they really do need the quote unquote stranger. By the way, if that's your neighbor, you probably shouldn't be a stranger, but that's room for another topic. I'm just saying, maybe they are needing something close to home, close enough to make it make sense. Just a few words, a few gestures. That's just around your house, right? So now you're outside of your house. You're outside to your neighbor's house, but there's still a bigger world out here. There's still a bigger community of people that you pass by every single day. Mere mentioning, okay? And you don't realize that your car going down the street, there's somebody else on the street that recognizes that car, that recognizes you and the energy that you bring just passing by, whether you're minding your business or waving. Okay? The stores and the businesses around you that you partake in, that you never touch the door in, they thinking about you too. You don't realize you don't realize who sees you. Okay? You too big for that. I don't even know why you think that can't nobody see you. You too big for that. People are watching all the time. Aren't you guilty of doing this same thing? Like just kind of sitting back and just making up stories for people's lives and seeing what's happening? Yeah, we all do it. We all are guilty for that. It's really easy, actually. All right. So if you can do it, then why do you think? I'm trying to make sure that this screen is working because it's doing something weird. But why do you think that people aren't watching you the same way that you are watching them? Like, who told you that you were the only person doing that? So I say that to be like, okay, so if somebody somewhere is watching you, what are they watching? What are you showing them? What are you showing them? Okay? Because that's the truth of it. The smallest things that we do, someone is watching. Like somebody is truly watching. It doesn't have to be vindictive at all. That we do. There we go. It doesn't have to be something big. Just the small things matter. That's why you can't pay attention to so many different negative things that's going on around you, because what you are doing is directly influencing someone. So let's say just in the neighborhood, you have somebody that you don't speak to. You just do not refuse to say hi when you go through. They might be lonely. They might be by themselves. They don't have no kids. Their parents and family members are gone, right? They may actually just think, my neighborhood hates me. Don't nobody care about me here. You simply not speaking is impacting their lives, and it's intentional. It's intentional. You don't know that. You have not thought that that gesture had a influence in someone else's life, but it did. But it did. We have no clue. The small parts. But on the larger scale, when it comes to our community, on the larger scale, what's missing? What's missing from you and your neighbors and your community, okay? From your profession, from your business? What's missing? Are you impacting people the way that you want to? The world changing, it starts with you, all right? Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror was a real thing, all right? It's true. It starts with you. It starts at home. So how are you changing your world? Because collectively, we all are so focused. I mean, one, look at social media. Everybody has their own little piece and they're doing something with it. They are creating their space and they are determining how they want to influence the world. Just with that alone, if you do this positively, if you do it on purpose, do you realize how small the world is now that we have the internet? Much smaller. It is much smaller. Therefore, everything that you do is reaching, just for that one reason, just everything that you're doing is reaching more people from one post. Every picture. This is the World Wide Web. So no one should feel alone or alienated or feel like they don't matter, that their voice is not being heard. Because you already know that's not true. But the point is, what are you doing with your voice? What are you doing that's affecting multiple people? How are you impacting the world with your space? You can't control everyone else. You can kind of compare yourself to everybody else, which is a waste of time. You want to make sure that you are learning from people's mistakes, learning from people's success. Don't compare though. And really, truly understand, what are you doing? And then most of all, I promise you, religious or not, one of the biggest things that you want to make sure that you are doing with yourself during this time, during every day, your 24 hours, you want to make sure that you pray about it all. Now, a lot of people, I don't want to pray. I don't know what you're talking about. My God and your God are different. I'm not religious. I'm not spiritual. Okay. I don't believe in that. I don't know about the creator or the universe and all those different words, languages, arguments. Okay. I understand. Butter rum. We are human and we know there's something else going on. It got to be. You didn't make yourself get here. You're not the reason why you're here. So, a family just came in. How'd it go? It went. All right. You want to make sure that you keep in mind that regardless of whether or not you know what to call them, whether you know how to start this conversation, is very simple. Praying about everything can mean just really the complaints that we say out loud, say them internally. Make your complaints internally, say them in your mind. You don't have to affect the rest of us, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's a bunch of complaints. Some people, they have their fair share of complaints. You already got too many. We don't need you sharing all of those. But you want to say them inside, okay? You want to make sure that your thoughts, your worries, your fears do get addressed. We keep thinking that when God talks to us, that we're going to hear this loud, thunderous voice and stuff. I hear you. That would scare the crap out of you if that happened on any given Tuesday and you would sit at your desk. You can't handle that. You can't handle that. So God doesn't speak to us that way. Prayers are a continuous conversation with God. It's not with your homie. It's not with your spouse. It's not with your friends. No, that's just conversation. You just talking. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily getting somewhere or causing the type of results that you want. When you're going through anything in life, especially the things that we have coming, this storm that's coming, that's here, you want to make sure that you know who to take these complaints to so that you can set yourself up to not be set up. Okay. You want to set yourself up to be moving forward, to be secure. You want to be sure in the steps that you need to take to be confident in who you are and what you're doing. Okay. There's only one source that's going to give you those kind of true answers. And that's God. You don't have to talk to everybody about exactly what it is that you want to do. You don't have to be talking to them. That conversation is not for them to know. Most people that hear our conversations actually just discourage us because they don't believe or we trigger some fear in them. That's on them. But for you, put yourself in a place where you want to hear, you want to feel, what is it that I need to do? What is it that I need to learn? What is it that I need to just kind of sit still in? Ask yourself that first, and you just stay in that place of thought. Keep yourself in this place of reflection. Okay. Keep yourself in this place of reflection, because it's vital for you to understand, excuse me, to understand where you are now and where you're going. You already know where you were. You were there. Okay. Like, you have all the details. You know where you were already. That doesn't matter. You want to know where you are now and where you're going. So you need some guidance for that. You need some true understanding on what it is that you need to do right now. And one of the first things that you want to do, like I said, you want to reflect. What do I want? And in the beginning, especially for you newbies, what have I been doing? What works for me? What's not working at all? Because I promise you, if you go into this next season doing the same thing that does not work, you're going to get the same results. And I'm sure you're tired of it. You gotta be. I would hope so. I would hope that you're tired of the same results. You want some change. Therefore, you need to make some change. So you have to start with that place. Like, get into a more quiet place. Some of y'all just talk too much. You talk too much. The outside gets to impact you because you're talking to them. Don't talk to them. Don't include them in all your decisions. And then that way, at least you know every step you take. Okay, Bobby Brown, every step you take, you understand where you're stepping. You understand what it is that you're doing, because it's for you. It's for you. It's not for them. Okay, your dreams are in your mind. They're in your heart because God gave them to you. That's why they can't see it. That's why they don't understand. They don't know why you push in the way that you're pushing. They don't know why you get up every day, the fight you have to go through. They don't understand why you're so upset about the things you don't have. They don't understand it. They can't see it. That's just the truth. They can't see it. I can feel that cough. Allergies are still a thing. Do your allergies bother you? Everyone I talk to sounds like Scooby-Doo. At least here in Texas. Everyone I talk to, I'm not the only person that sounds like Scooby-Doo. I'm like, I don't know what is in the air, but it is not right. It's not right. But anyways, so you just excuse me as lets me clear my throat, because it's not working for me. Not working for me. Oh, everybody from DC, you know what that song's from. You guys know what that is. So, like I said, you want to make sure that as you are going out there and you're leaving your house today, and you are doing what you got to do, because I'm not using the word, I already told you, I'm not going to say it. As you are handling your business, remember who is in charge. No matter what is going on, and it don't matter what they tell us is about to happen. It doesn't. Whether it gets worse, whether it gets better, God is the only person that we can truly trust. And he's the only person that's going to make a difference on how we get through it all. Okay? That's just the truth. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. It got a little deep there, but it's really, really true. Keep your perspectives intact. That's the only true way. If you are strongly planted on firm ground and you understand that, okay, no matter what's going on, I am covered, I am protected, I am safe, and I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this. If you keep this for yourself, you're going to do way better than you think, no matter how scary the details are that's coming. Okay? We're all about to be going through this collectively. There's other people that are just nervous. They're just as anxious as you are. To look for the signs, see the similarities, pray about it all. Pray about it all. And praying, That don't mean necessarily that you got to line yourself up and sit real still and everything. I mean, that's just, that's the template. But you don't have to necessarily go somewhere and sit quiet and things just to get a prayer in. That prayer can be a simple inner thought, an inner question that you are intentfully, Lord, hear me, in your mind. You don't even have to say that out loud. Just, Lord, get me through. Lord, protect me. Lord, protect them. Lord, guide our decisions. God, our actions. It's a simple thought. We make it complicated. So all of you guys, just make sure that you are paying attention. There's too much going on over here. Make sure that you're paying attention to all of it and what you're doing, because that's the only place that you can count on is what you're doing. Now, if you're making bad decisions, then I guess we're in trouble then, huh? I'm just saying, because what you're doing, it impacts me. Yes, even from over here. What I'm doing is impacting you, even from over there. So really, let's do this on purpose and let's just be very, very mindful. So I just want to end this on, everybody, make sure that you keep your mind and your heart focused on what matters and don't pay attention to what we can't control. Pray about all of it. And I hope that you join me next week, where we are going to keep ourselves from getting distracted. Okay? You guys know this season was way more than about what's going on today. There's a lot going on. A lot going on in this season. And we need to make sure that we are focused through that as well. A lot of us are about to be in debt. A lot of us are about to have our feelings hurt. A lot of us are about to be in our emotions because of the history of the season. There's a lot going on. So join me next Tuesday so that we can get ahead of that. We can start making sure that we are not as distracted for this upcoming season. Make sure that you subscribe and you follow. Please share so that you can get notifications about the upcoming things, because we got so much to do. We have so much coming up, and I'm really excited to share it to you because I'm letting you know. Well, one, if you have any questions or you want to reach me, go to my website, www.pennyowens.com. You got the email, we got numbers on there. We can get in contact. We can make some things happen, especially if you have any questions about how I can empower you or your teams. All right. So you just go check that out. And I'm just going to let you know we have a lot to stay ready for. And I can't wait to see you next week. So make sure that you stay ready so we don't have to get ready. And you guys have a good one. I'm really excited. So I will see you next Tuesday.